The following program is a production of Pioneer Public Television.
In this episode of Postcards,
we just come upstairs and this is the projection booth up here where all the magic happens. We assemble the video and project it on the screens.
We have a lot of refugees come from many different countries, so Worthington is more have like a colorful, like a cultureful in Worthington.
I joke with the orchestra that conductors and ministers shouldn't stay more than 10 years, but it's time for somebody else.
This program on Pioneer Public Television is funded by the Minnesota Arts and Cultural Heritage Fund, with money from the vote of the people of Minnesota on November 4, 2008. Additional support provided by Mark and Margaret Yekel-Julien in honor of Shalom Hill Farm, a nonprofit rural education retreat center in a beautiful prairie setting near Windom in southwestern Minnesota. ShalomHillFarm.org. The Arrowwood Resort and Conference Center, your ideal choice for Minnesota resorts offering luxury townhomes, 18 holes of golf, Darling Reflection Spa, Big Splash Water Park, and much more. Alexandria, Minnesota, a relaxing vacation or great location for an event. Explore alex.com. Easy to get to, hard to leave.
in a digital world, it's hard to be a small-town movie theater. However, some theaters have proved resilient, including the Windom State Theater in southern Minnesota.
It has been in Windom since 1913. It's the oldest continuing operating business in one location in Windom. When we were cleaning up the theater, when we bought this place last July, first part of August, one of the workmen people that were helping found the blueprints. These are the original blueprints of the theater from 1913. And back then it was called the Wonderland Theater. And what kind of surprised us was how things have changed dramatically over the years from when it first was built. We obviously have windows up on top. We're upstairs now. We have brick wall. We have a different marquee than what this was. This came out square with a canopy. We had a nice, beautiful marquee, which is being refurbished right now. Where the projection room is right now used to be just a ventilator shaft, and they had chairs up here, seating that was available, because this initially was vaudeville when it first came out, and switched to silent films in the mid-teens, 1915, 16, and so that was redone to put the projector up there, and the bathrooms were added upstairs. It was a nice find for us was because this showed all the stuff, how it was supposed to be built, the different things, the changing rooms for the vaudeville acts, and on those doors, even today, we still have people who have signed their names from the 20s, different vaudeville acts that took place here. Some of the architecture that is here is from the early teens, 1913 and stuff, but as times have evolved, such as the floor, that is Art Deco, and some of the artwork that's in the theater, I call it artwork because it definitely looks like artwork, it's not just there, is Art Deco. And the patterns on the walls in there are a very unique style from the 30s, early 40s, and like I said, what's on the floor has been registered on the National Registry of Architecture. So when the chance came to purchase the theater, a group of us got together and formed a nonprofit corporation, Windom Theater, Inc., and bought it from Don Hardin. We gave him a down payment. We're making monthly payments. It's a good evening's activity with my wife and my one daughter that are still here. We kind of come down and do ticket sales, concessions, and run the movies, and just meet and greet the people and enjoy a movie. With modern technology, things are going digital, from cameras to film to everything else. And the movie studios, as each new movie comes out, fewer and fewer movies are made on 35mm film, and most are going to digital. It's easier to make, it's faster, it's a lot cheaper to ship, and so it's just more as cost efficient for them. The Worthington Daily Globe did an article on the Windom State Theater talking about how difficult it is to switch over from film to digital in regards to the expense. It's very expensive to switch to digital. And they had a nice article in there, and they talked about if you wanted to help us out, make donations, you could send them to a post office box or call Gene Fast and gave the number. Well, the Pioneer Press picked up on that article, and they ran it up in the cities. And it's good, hard for me to do. I'm not used to generosity. And Gene calls me up and says, Buckley, you need to come down to her office. And so I go down there and hands me 2 envelopes. One address I look at, the name looks familiar. And I open it up, it has a nice card and talks about appreciate what you're doing and keep up the good work. You know, it's nice what you're doing, and here's to help you out. It's a check for $5,000. The other envelope I open up, and the name's not familiar, and same type of thing. And the card reads, like what you're doing, keep up the good work, and there's a check for $10,000. And we're just totally blown away. I mean, we had some donations, some local people, businesses that helped with this, and to get 2 checks from the cities from people who have no real connection with Windom, let alone the theater, we were amazed that they would do that.
Thanks to these generous donations, the Windom Theater was finally able to convert to a digital projector.
We just come upstairs, and this is the projection booth up here where all the magic happens. We assemble the video, actually it's digital video now, and project it on the screens. And with the surround sound we've added to it, it makes it look and sound a whole lot better. The physical process was after the movie ended on Sunday night, we have about 4 or 5 volunteers help disassemble the platters with the film sat on and the movie projector, haul it from upstairs to the back of the building to where it's going to be removed. And then Monday morning, the new digital projector came. We had several individuals and a large forklift to lift it up 2 stories and shove it through the window, because that was the only space that was big enough to get it into the upstairs. We had to enlarge the door to the projection room because it was about 1.5 inches too narrow to get through the door. So they stuck in a 36-inch door just to make sure it would fit through. And it's heavy.
For its digital debut, the Windom Theater invited area school children to enjoy a movie on their last day of school.
We're always a work in progress, so yes, we always have plans. Our next biggest project is visible, and that will be the marquee. That's being worked on to be repaired, refurbished, and we'll put it back up with new lighting, obviously LED lighting. We're going to try and put back some neon in certain areas to that. We're going to replace the front windows and doors behind you from single pane glass to double pane. We're going to take and redo the floor in the auditorium. We'll get it repainted, update some of our concession booths as time progresses and as donations come in. It always will be a work in progress. We always will be updating, improving, and just trying to keep it up and nice. Keep the upkeep and make it look really nice to the people. Yes, sir. What? Sour Skittles. Yes, we do, sir. $1. We thank you.
Do you use Facebook, Twitter, or other social media? Connect with us to get immediate access to behind-the-scenes videos, previews, and other postcards and Pioneer news. The Worthington International Festival is a 2-decade tradition of celebrating cultural diversity, held every summer in Worthington. From Cuba to Germany to Japan, over 40 different nationalities are represented at the annual festival. We follow new Worthington resident Mallory Tu around the festival as she introduces us to her native culture and shares with us her experiences in the United States.
My name is Mallory Tu, and I'm from Burma, and originally in Burma, but I live in refugees camp, so I came from refugees camp, Thailand refugees camp. In Thailand, in Thailand refugees camp, we have like a post-10 school, and after they graduate in grade 10, because high school is grade 10, but they didn't have like a freedom for my kids, and they would like to continue their education, but they had no ways. So the first thing that I came to America, that is only for my kids' education, and I would like them to get more education and serve back to our country, especially in refugees camp. Yeah. Okay, Heather? I live in South Carolina with my sisters, and I have 4 sisters over there. But I don't know where I come from here, but I know that is only God opened the ways for me. And so there's a good for me that I have a new environment here, and we have a lot of Korean people here, so I moved here, and especially for my job also. I work with Noble County Collaborative, and I work especially, my main job is interpreting. So I do a lot of interpret in hospital, and sometimes in school, and sometimes in Noble County, like as needed. We have a lot of people, and a lot of ethnic groups here, so I enjoy that. And like a dancing and singing, and like a culture show, so yes, I love that. Oh, you made this one. Oh, this is Sprite. Oh, it's amazing that you make it then. In Worthington, we have a lot of ethnic groups, and especially for the next generation, that is good to know that's where are we from, and then like a culture. So, and if we have festival like that, maybe it will be good for next generation. And another one is we have fun for the foods and different kinds of food, so that's good for that. Hi, what kind of food that you sell? Jerk?
Chicken, Caribbean food.
Oh, you put a chicken on that? How do you make it?
It's basically chicken on a grill, and then there's sauce that he's made from scratch.
Oh, is it spicy?
No, not spicy at all.
Okay. We have Korean food, yes. We buy it from Asian market, so that's easy to cook. Usually our main food is rice. So rice is easy to find here in Asian market, and we have like a vegetables and like a sauce also different in America here. So yeah, and we usually eat vegetables and meat, so and noodle. Yeah. This is we call gorokadi, but I don't know how to call in English. Trayor?
That's a Spanish.
Spanish.
That's
I don't know
Spanish.
Spanish.
Coyote.
Yeah. Or coyote.
Uh-huh.
In Burmese, they call gorka. Gorka, yes. Gorokadi. I'm wearing Karen dress. We call that is Karen. And especially the woman who married, so we wear the black one. But like a single and not married yet, they wear like a white long one, so that's a little different. In Burma, we have a lot of ethnic groups, and some people, they think that people from Burma, and they think that all of them are Burmese. So, but as for me, I'm Korean people, so I would like other people to know that we are Korean people. So, and we have a lot of suffering in Burma, so I think we will know about that. So I try to happy all the time, because I don't want to put worry in my mind. So in our life, we cross a lot of things that's like I want to say like a negative words, negative life. So like worry a lot. So I don't want to let it be, and I want to be happy all the time. So I try to happy all the time with my peoples and with my friends, especially with my kids also. I have 5 children. And the eldest one she's graduated this year. So I'm really excited for her, because that is the first time that she will live very far with me, like 2-hour drives. And she will go to Vermilion, South Dakota University. So yeah, for her, I'm very proud of her, and because she's have a new experience here in America.
So do you feel like you're kind of like a mom to many?
Oh yeah. I have like in Thailand, I have 3 adopted kids. Yeah. 2 of them, they have families, and 1 stay with me now in Worthington here. Altogether, I have 8 kids. We call Potoko, Catalia, Cat Lear, yeah. She enjoyed with the song. We have a lot of refugees come from many different countries, so Worthington is more have like a colorful, like a cultureful in Worthington.
My stomach's churning, but there ain't no way to stop it. So I keep on riding, 'cause I gotta keep on learning. I can't stop that yearning to go just one more mile. So I keep on climbing the next hill in front of me, and I keep on smiling. What more can I do? Up on the horizon, I see where we soon will be. On the westbound High Line to Old Big Sky, where we'll forget all our troubles and we'll feel so high. Showing as the stars splash in the night, and the sun rising and the roads on the horizon, and I keep on shining as the stars splash in the night. Never get to my knot, by morning will be alright. Brother, pass the wine on to me if you please. When the moon's shining, I feel so free tonight on the westbound High Line. Old Big Sky, where we'll forget all our troubles and we'll feel so high.
Do you have an idea for the Postcards team? Email us, postcards@pioneer.org. Music is a way of life. Orchestra Director Steven Eckblad reflects on conducting the Willmar Area Symphonic Orchestra and how it has shaped his career.
Well, my name is Steve Eckblad, and I'm the music director of the Willmar Area Symphonic Orchestra. And it's my job to select music and conduct. Right now we're getting ready for our spring concert, and it's our Young Performers concert. So we have Connor Haugen from Willmar playing a cello piece, Hungarian Rhapsody. And Rochelle Brooks from Hutchinson, who's playing the concertino by Chaminade. And then in addition to that, we have a guitarist from Chicago who is playing two movements of a concerto. This orchestra, I mentioned before that it's called the Willmar Area Symphonic Orchestra, not the Willmar Symphony, and that's because people come from really all over. We have people from Hutchinson, Grove City, Granite Falls, the close places like Spicer and New London, St. Cloud. It's really a regional orchestra. I didn't have a lot of formal conducting training, but I had a lot of early experiences. When I look back, my teachers prepared me. My 8th grade band director said, "I have to warm up the choir. I need you to conduct the band before when the concert starts." So I had some people that kind of looked out for me and obviously saw some things in me that made them push me in that direction. Conducting and preparing does take a lot of time. Why do I do it? I enjoy making music, and I think I have a gift for getting a community orchestra to play their best. I guess that's why I do it, and I like evoking the best of people's musicality. Why am I retiring after 10 years? I joke with the orchestra that conductors and ministers shouldn't stay more than 10 years, but it's time for somebody else. What is special about the Willmar Orchestra? I think it's the people, and I'm talking both musically and personally. I enjoy these people very, very much. I'm always humbled whenever I'm conducting here, just seeing how musically perceptive they are. Every practice is a little bit different. Today we're going to be focusing on playing through things. We'll work on little spots, yes, and making sure that we maintain the rhythmic drive in some of the pieces. And I think this is going to be a kind of a special concert because it's my last concert, and I hear these whispers going on. They must be planning something. Our attendance is fairly consistent. I think there are 61 in the orchestra, and we range from around 50 to we've had as many as 67 people for a concert. There are some people that are coming for this concert. I think it's because it's my last one. Some are coming because of the guitar soloist. He grew up in St. Cloud, and he now performs and teaches in Chicago, but he's coming back and playing. deciding what to focus on in general and specifically for each rehearsal is what really the job is about. And so I have to choose. Okay, we're going to work on this because we can do it, and we can do it nearly perfectly. This other thing, I know that it's to drill and drill and drill is beating a dead horse, and I think that's what I'm good at. Plus, I'm good at I don't humiliate anybody, I'm encouraging. Well, I think that we're doing the third and fourth movements of the Dvorak Eighth Symphony. The thing I like about the Dvorak that we're playing tonight is that Dvorak, it's exciting, number one. Dvorak also gave everybody a juicy part, whereas in this particular work, sometimes it's the second part that really is the juicy part in a particular place. And of course, that really motivates people when everybody gets a great part. I have mixed feelings about leaving. I really like this group. And I've enjoyed it so much. The big factor is that I want more flexibility in my life, and so that's why I'm stepping down. But I'm going to miss these people.
Visit Pioneer.org for more information on Postcards and other Pioneer productions. Pioneer On Demand has all of your favorite productions available to watch online at your convenience, including past episodes of Postcards.
This program on Pioneer Public Television is funded by the Minnesota Arts and Cultural Heritage Fund, with money from the vote of the people of Minnesota on November 4th, 2008. Additional support provided by Mark and Margaret Yackel-Julien in honor of Shalom Hill Farm, a nonprofit rural education retreat center in a beautiful prairie setting near Windom in southwestern Minnesota. ShalomHillFarm.org. The Arrowwood Resort and Conference Center, your ideal choice for Minnesota resorts offering luxury townhomes, 18 holes of golf, Darling Reflection Spa, Big Splash Water Park, and much more. Alexandria, Minnesota, a relaxing vacation or great location for an event. Explore alex.com. Easy to get to, hard to leave.